and LinkedIn. You can find me on all of those other platforms at the Minister of Wellness to make sure that you don't miss any new information, announcements, and events that I have coming up. Definitely join my Facebook group. I can be healthy. I will be healthy. I must be healthy, where we come together to motivate each other to get off the death train. That's I can be healthy. I will be healthy. I must be healthy Facebook group. If you would like for me to come and speak life to your city or country, please share my website with organizations and other people in your area that can book me to speak. I work with all budget levels. Churches are a great place to start with sharing my website with the pastor, because it will be their decision. And usually churches, depending on the size, they have a budget set aside for bringing speakers in. However, you have colleges, universities, and numerous other events that are going on. And you never know, if you share with the event organizer my information, they may look at it and be willing to allocate some funds to bring me in to speak. That's the ministerofwellness.com, or they can call 888-847-8026. Be persistent and be patient, brothers and sisters, with sharing my information. And trust me, I will be speaking life to a city or country near you. I hope and pray you all live a long life in excellent health. It can and it will be yours.
Thank you. Once again, it's on. This is built for this network. I'm HRap B, and I'm coming at you live and direct with this new program I've developed called Build and Destroy. If you're unaware of the program, the content of the program, it is to build up our community, destroy the myths that are around our community. We are not inherently disruptive. We are not inherently violent. We are not chaotic. We're none of the things that you see on television that has been propagated through your community. Brothers don't do this, sisters don't do that. We're none of those things. So what I am going to do week by week, day by day, month by month, is bring you information to help build up our community, so people that look like you can stop saying those things, and people who look like you can stop believing that propaganda. I want to thank the Minister of Wellness. He's another guy that I've connected with on the internet, and basically his job is to, what he does is provide information about health and wellness. And I share that information with you. And what I'm going to do is continue to put that at the top of each one of my shows, in hopes that it will inspire you and put you in a better situation, health-wise, mental health, physical health, spiritually healthy, and you'll be a better person because of it. And again, thank you for tuning in. If you've clicked the link, no matter how you got the link, you're listening currently, if you have created a profile and moved into the chat room, I want you to hit the like button, and if possible, share. Tell a friend to tune in so we can continue the growth of our community. And if you haven't, please do so. Hit the like button, share, and again, thank you, each and every one of you in the chat room. I'd like to thank each and every one of you who are listening. This is HRap B, and you know how I begin each and every one of my shows. It was taught to me that if you show homage and respect to your ancestors that have crossed over to the other side, they'll send down blessings and protections to anybody who's listening to you. Now, therefore, I send respect to everyone in my family that's connected to the Pollocks, the Turners, the Battles, the Cottons, the Harpers, the Baileys, the Crisp, the Lansdowns, the Lansdowns, the Liggins, the Duncans, and anybody who knows me, you know my moms and my pops, my sisters and my brothers out of Williams Clan. Now, as I said, man, what I'm going to do today is continue to build up our community 1 week at a time. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a ton of work. And then once we get this work propagated, we'll continue to build our communities. Now, one of the things that's on my mind is, of course, this whole corona situation. This is a deadly virus that's attacking our community at an alarming rate. And as I said on our Wednesday show, one of the reasons that it is, whether you believe it or not, whether you believe this is 5G or any other theories that are floating around in the community, first of all, I want to attack that. Let me take a step back and attack that. People who get upset when you have a theory about what's going on in the United States of America that does not align with mainstream media, you really need, as the MC, super dope brother from Drink Champ says, you need to relax. Because as a person from our community, living in the United States of America, you have no reason to trust anything that comes out of your TV or your radio if you haven't researched it. You have zero reason to trust it. So if you are listening to the news and one of your friends or family members says, hey, this could be it. It could be, it well could be that. I'm not saying believe everything that you hear, but stop dismissing people who have an alternative way of thinking because, hey, at the end of the day, like they say, even paranoid people are enemies. So, and being a part of this community, looking back from 1913 to 1972, the Tuskegee experiment was also something that nobody believed up until and included the moment they told everybody, oh yeah, we use black people as guinea pigs in Tuskegee, Alabama, just so happened to be what my father's family was. Half the people on that list I just read off are from Tuskegee or have roots from Tuskegee, Alabama. So trust and believe things are real. So I'm not asking anybody to believe any theory that people call conspiracy theories, but stop dismissing everything that you hear just because somebody with pale skin did not put a stamp on it and say it was okay. Back to the show. But whether you believe things or not, this thing is, the reason we are under attack is the very reason I put that brother at the top of my show called the Minister of Wellness. The food that we are ingesting are weakening our immune systems. The stress that we take on from work, life, the violence, the inherent violence, the proposed inherent violence that is in our community, struggling every day, this weakens us. And this is why corona and other autoimmune and diseases and illnesses attack our community. It's not because we are weaker or anything of that nature. It is because you're not taking care of yourself. You are arguing, you are stressing, you are upset. And that stress, that intense way of living is destroying you from the inside out. And when you allow these things to do you, anything that comes along will destroy your body and destroy your mind and destroy your well-being. So that's the first request I have. Take 5 or 10 minutes out your day every day. Really take an hour out your day every day and walk down the stress. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is a lot of people are up in arms about things like, hey man, you know, people, I've had conversations with people. I didn't give them any pushback, but I was listening to them say, I hope they come out with a vaccination for this. I hope they come out with something to stop this. This is a virus. A virus is a mutating organism that always changes. It is ever changing. If it's always ever changing, there's no vaccination that can really get rid of it. It can't be eradicated. It can just be, you can develop antibodies and make your body stronger to fight things off at a more rapid pace. So stop looking for people who don't have your best interest in mind to give you something, to take care of something. Because as we've seen, we're looking at something that is destroying your body from the inside out. You don't need a pill to fight a virus. You don't need a shot to fight a virus. What you need to do is take care of yourself. As I stated on the Wednesday show again, I'm not asking anyone to stop eating anything. What I am going to do, like the Minister of Wellness wants you to stop eating meat altogether. If it walks, crawls, has a mom or pops, he does not want you to eat it. I'm not going to go that far to ask you that. What I want you to do is add vegetation to your diet. Make it a more balanced diet. Stop reminiscing to when your grandparents were, when you were younger, my grandparents ate meat. Because your grandparents grew up in an era without refrigeration, so they didn't eat meat the way we consume it, for one. For two, the meat that they were eating wasn't contaminated because more than likely that meat came from a hog or a cow or what have you, or a chicken or what have you, that they raised. So when you raise something, you develop something, you put the love and TLC into it, there is no antibiotics, there are no radiation, there's no radiation, no pesticides added to this animal or what have you to destroy you. Remember, since people like to reflect back to their grandparents, guess what else your grandparents used to have? Most of our grandparents come from the South or are even still in the South, and they have what is called a garden. They can mail you. My Aunt Arvis used to do that. She used to preserve things, put them in jars, and send them to everybody in Chicago. When she lived in South Illinois, she didn't live in what is called traditional South or the deep South. So since you want to reference your grandparents all the time, if you have a yard next to your house, why don't you take some of those seeds from your bell peppers or what have you and make you a garden outside your house? That way you will have sweet potatoes. You will have bell peppers, onions, and things like that. You could grow those things and preserve them in your own house and use them all winter instead of always breaking to the store and breaking food. So what we have to do is, since everybody is all gung-ho on doing what my grandparents did and it used to work, well, won't you live like your grandparents? Talk to some of your aunts and your uncles and find out what your grandparents used to do and then adapt some of those characteristics instead of just talking about it. Now, as I move on, I want to talk about this whole situation with the President of the United States. This is where I really want to focus today. The President of the United States is on TV daily, scaring the hell out of people. He's destroying hope, adding stress to your life. He's speaking out of the side of his neck, destroying faith in the system that maybe you shouldn't even have anyway. But a lot of us do have faith in the system, and I'm not here to judge you if you have faith in the system. If you have faith in the system, God bless you. Live the best life you can live possible. Thank you. But what I do want to do is talk about civics. And in civics, what happens in civics is, I believe, this is all these are my opinions. I believe that we don't practice enough civics in our community. And what do I mean by that is this. Our kids traditionally don't know how the government works. And what me and all the stronger brothers in the United States of America, what we really need to do is this. We need to get together and start practicing civics. What I want us to do is this. I want us to create communities in which we can hold these people who we put in office responsible for what they're doing. And how we do that is this. Come up with a plan. You need to come up with a plan for every elected official in your community. You need to have a committeeman, a city councilman, an alderman, a state representative, a state senator, a U.S. senator, your governor, and the mayor of your city. They need to be in your crossfires in regards to everything you need. The reason I want us to do this is this. A lot of people complain, man, Barack Obama didn't do enough for us. Barack Obama was on BS. Barack Obama didn't do this. Barack Obama didn't do that. Well, what did you do for Barack Obama? What was your plan for Barack Obama? And then now we go, oh man, Trump, he ain't going to do this and he ain't going to do that. Okay, what is your plan for Donald Trump? See, we can't make complaints unless we have a game plan and then they disappoint us. And then we bust our ass to get them out of office. I'm a person who I didn't really participate into the voting thing. Because again, I didn't believe in it. And it was real easy for me to sit on the sideline and say, this ain't gonna happen.